Hi everyone, in today's video I will explain you conditional logic in Bash scripting on Linux. So at the beginning, of course, we can go into terminal, and in this terminal we will create a script file that we will use in this video. So real fast I will create a file, for example script.sh. If you don't know how to create a script or what am I doing right now, you can watch the very basic video where I showed you how to write your first script in Bash on Linux. This video I would say will be more advanced, the same as video with the loops, with the while loop, with the for loop. So this is for more advanced user, if I would say, but it's not really that hard, so you can stay and you can watch if you are interested. But now, of course, we have to add the permission to execute at the beginning in order to make our script executable, so like this. And now we can move to our script and to the conditional logic. What is a conditional logic? Conditional logic is, of course, in the easier way, I would say, for example, just if statements, else statements, and else if statements. So, like in every programming language, in Bash, you have a conditional logic. So I will show you how to use it. Of course, we have to start with the standard Bash line at the beginning. So something like this. Bash, you have to add this line, because without this line, your script simply will not work. So maybe we will start with the most basic if statement. So if you want to, for example, print something when something is true. So for example, we have the if statement like this, and we have to open the braces like this, and inside the braces we have to add a condition. So for example, 5 is greater. So we can say greater with something like this. I will describe these operators in the second part of the video, but minus GT is greater than 3. Then we will print 5 is greater than 3, and at the end of the if statement you have to close that. So we will write something like this. So this is just the if but backwards. So as you can see, this condition inside these braces is always true, because 5 is always greater than 3. So after running this script, we will see the text 5 is greater than 3. So I will save that, and I will run my script. So like this, .sh, and as you can see, we have a text 5 is greater than 3. If I will change this thing, so for example, if 2 is greater than 3, this condition is always false. So after running the script, we will see nothing. This line simply will not be printed. So like this, again, as you can see, we don't see this line. So this is the most basic if statement. Now we can move to something, I would say, more complicated, but it's not really complicated. We will add a else statement. So again, if we have something like this, so if 2 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 3, but we want to add else statement to always print something. So for example, if, again, I will write something what is not true. So for example, 5 is greater than 10, it is not true. So if I will write something like this, so then echo true, this true thing will not be printed. So we have to add else condition, and the else condition will print me, for example, that this is false. This is really simple, and at the end, of course, we have to add this fi thing. So we can run it, we can save it and run it. So if 5 is greater than 10, this is always false, so we will see the false text. Again, as you can see, we see false. And again, if I will change it to, for example, something that is true, so 11 is greater than 10, then we have a true sign. But of course, we can set something like this. So 10 is greater than 10, as you can see, in this case, it doesn't work as expected, because we have to add one more condition that will check basically multiple conditions. The one if it's equal, the one if it's bigger, and then one that is smaller. So we don't have a condition that is equal. So we can use elif chain. In every programming language, I would say Bash is not really a programming language, but for example in Python, in C++, you have if, you have else, and you have else if. So we will do something like this right now. So again, we will go back to our script. I will remove that. And right now, maybe I will create a variable. So I will say that I is equal to 10. And again, if right now with the variable, so $i is greater than 10, then we will print greater than 10. So in that case, this condition is not true. So we have to add, for example, elif condition. So if, like this, maybe I will remove that. Elif this I is equal. So equal, we will write something like this, minus and equal 10. We will close that. Then we will print equal to 10, like this. And at the end, the else condition, like in the previous example, echo less than 10, like this. And of course, we have to close that with fi statement. So in that case, we should see the text equal to 10. I will save that. If I didn't make any mistake, it should work. As you can see, it is equal to 10, and we can change that. For example, 11, it will be greater than 10, as you can see, and for example, I would say 5, it will be less than 10. So everything is working. So now we can move to the string comparisons. So I will clear that file like this. I will remove everything. So we can do something like this. So we can write something like this. We want to check for empty strings or for not empty strings. We can do the if condition like this. So if minus z will search for empty strings, and for example we will create a variable, so var, and then we will print empty string, and we will close that. Right now we don't have, but of course it should be fi. Right now we don't have a var variable, so it should print me an empty string, because this string is empty, nothing is set to it. So I will save that and I will run it. Script.sh. As you can see, we are printing empty string, but if I will set something to the var string, so I will create a variable var, and for example text, and I will save that. As you can see, nothing is printing because now the string is not empty. And again, we can change it to the option -n. -n is basically allows us to check if the string is not empty. So this string is not empty, so this condition is true. So now we should see the text. As you can see, we are seeing the empty string, and if we will remove this file, we will don't see the text because we are searching for the not empty condition. And now we can of course compare variables, but we can compare numbers. So how we can compare numbers? this works almost the same like in the programming languages. So for example, I would say a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and now we can make a if statement. So for example, if like this. So or maybe with strings it would be more interesting, I think. So for example, a is text and b is text. We can compare the strings. So if a, but we have to add this sign, so a is equal to b, then we will print equal. Right now this is true because they are equal, and we can add something like this, and we will check it if it is working. So these strings are equal, so they are equal. So right now we can edit it and we can check. For example, I can make one more t. Right now they are not equal, so we can run it, and I see, as you can see, we don't see the text. Of course, we can check if these strings are not equal, so we have to add just an exclamation mark. Wait, I made something like this, so of course we have to add exclamation mark, and right now we will see the text that they are equal. And now we can check the numeric comparison. So as I said before, I will describe it. So again, like this, and if we want to check if something is equal, maybe I will not run this script, but I will just show you that. So if we want to check if something is equal, because this worked in the previous examples, we will do something like this. If something is equal, then for example echo equal, and we'll close that, and just, of course we can make this if statements in one line, so like this and like this, so it will also work. I can run it. As you can see, these strings are equal. If we want to check if something is greater than, then we want to check if if a is greater than b, so we can do something like this, greater. If we want to check if the string is less than, so if the a is less than b, we can do something like this. So if the a is less than b, we will print less. So right now this is not less than b, but we can make it less than b, so 0 is then less than 1. We can run it. As you can see, we see less. And of course we can combine this condition, so we can do something like this. So we can run it, we can just do it again. So if a, for example, if maybe a is less than 5, and this is and, so we can do something like this, and a is greater than b, then 10, I mean, we can do, then we can print that this variable is outside of range, like this and like this. So what does it mean? If you are doing something like this, that means that both of the condition must be true to make it true. So I can set a to something like this, a to 1 for example, and save that and run it. As you can see, we don't see anything, because this is simply both of these statements must be true. If we will add something like this, that means one of the statements must be true. So right now we should see the text, as you can see, outside of range. This is how you can combine the condition. And I think this is all in this video. If you found the video helpful and you know how to use if and elif conditions, you can leave a like, subscribe the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.